Has the choir been anywhere?
A couple places.
Yeah, well, obviously, we represented the United States at the 60th anniversary of D-Day in Normandy, which was our first venture out of the country. And that was interesting. We took, I think we had 170 people on that trip. Because a lot
That was
of
amazing.
parents went.
That trip was amazing.
Yeah.
Logistics were just
I know, and
huge.
we were supposed to go. We had the time, and it was after graduation, and then they moved the time that we were supposed to come to France. So we had to take those that weren't seniors early because we had to be there early. So there were 2 waves of people traveling, and one of the cool things that happened on that trip was, I was like, well, we're there. What would it take for us to sing at Notre Dame? And so I found out that we just had to submit a CD, and they called us back and they said, we don't want you just to come and sing 2 songs. We want you to do an afternoon worship service. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. And so then we got to go down into the catacombs of the cathedral to get dressed. So we got to see places that normal people don't. And then the hardest part of it was, I was in one room directing the choir, and she was playing the organ about 4 rooms away. Mm-hmm. And we had to do that all with mirrors. It was, That was really interesting. We weren't even in the same room. Had no eye contact
Good
whatsoever.
thing light travels fast.
Yeah.
Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center.
Yeah, well, and that one, the night before 9/11, on 9/10, I had a parents' meeting because we had been invited to sing at Lincoln Center. And we had a parents' meeting to see whether they would let the chorale, it was the chorale that was going to go. And they voted to let us go. The parents said, yes, go ahead, we'll raise the money, you can go. And the next morning I get up and I'm ironing my shirt to come to school, and I see those towers blow up. And the hotel that went down was the hotel that we were supposed to stay in. Mm-hmm. So, but we got to go, and we got to minister. There were people still in April, after September. They had built a temporary walk out over the site, and people would just be weeping there. And so one couple of times we went out, we just sang and just prayed with people that wanted to pray over that. So that was a really awesome experience.
What I distinctly remember is the modeling that a lot of our high school kids did for my kids. Brandon, I think, grew up learning what it meant to be a good kid from a lot of our kids, and what it meant to be what it looked like to be a Christian basketball player from some of the kids that I was able to coach. I mean, he was hanging around the gym when he was 4 years old and playing horse with these kids, and they loved every minute of it, and so, he soaked that up. And so I think for me, some of those early, experiences of my kids being able just to hang around their pseudo big brothers and sisters and things like that, I think were really, really special memories.
This for me would probably be in your class, Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My sophomore year, you caught me cheating. You suspected, and I fessed up to it. Do you remember sitting me down next to your desk? Mm-hmm. I was sitting down, the class ended, and you sat me down, and you did it in a way that changed probably my entire life. I didn't feel like I couldn't recover from something like that. And coming from getting caught cheating in a Bible class is pretty terrible. But I came from a public school, and I couldn't recite the book of the Bible all the way through. And I can't remember how I did it, but you sat me down, and I remember you got up from your chair, and you took your foot, and you drew a line, and you said, you gotta decide what side of the line you're on. And I remember it hit me right then. Huge moment, and one I thank you for. And I'm sure there's thousands of other kids had the same type of story. And I think that's why, you know, having kids, we have 2 kids in the network right now. Having a place where we were able to, so many of the staff were worthy of imitation. That's why my kids are here. And it's so neat because to see the same faces and to see you guys here today, it's so special. And I think that's kind of the secret sauce of Valley, is there's so many wonderful people.
One of the questions that you asked was, what is a tradition that is still here, that was started when we were all here? And that was, in my mind, it is the doxology. And that started on the football field. And then it transformed over into chapel. And then I was asked to write an alma mater for the school. And I just kept praying about it. And I'm just like, there's nothing better than the doxology for why Valley Christian exists and why it's here. And it's to bring glory and honor to God. And so there's no better alma mater for this school than the doxology. So you guys all want to sing it? Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son,